Oleg, hello, very glad to see you here again. Can you share with us your highlights of the last year?
Thank you, Sam here. Yeah, sure, of course. I've done a lot. As usually, I had a few movies, TV series, and commercials. I was able to film, to shoot throughout the whole year, but two things I'm most proud is first I was carrying Olympic torch for Winter Games in Sochi, and I found the right approach for my Federation of Mixed Martial Arts. I think that's the most valuable, most important, especially for kids, from all the stuff I do. So hopefully I was able to affect a lot of kids around Russia and throughout the world. And since I mixed my martial arts approach with the Zen Buddhism, with the Tao, since it's not a religion, it's a world way of thinking, a world wisdom which contains and gather thousands and thousands of years of experience. So I think it's very helpful, and I see the difference after after I do some work with kids. It doesn't matter what, it can be a seminar or just trying to set up certain rules for the clubs who involved in my federation. So I don't need the champions, I need a human being from the capital letter. So that's the main approach. So can't really brag, but I've done some things, and hopefully the viewers and my fans will be pleased to find it later on TV or movie theater, or just maybe they will be lucky, sure, to be at my seminars, or just be part of the federation.
They say that the actors are very lucky because they have an opportunity to test themselves in different life situations. Does this experience help in your life?
It makes some sense, it's truth, and you have to live life of different people. Some people, of course, it's pretty much your creation, and any part has any film part, any TV part has a part of you, but maybe 50% you gather knowledge from different people, and it's interesting to live their lives, and interesting to find something, to make a discovery, how people feel in certain situations. Like, for example, most simple one, I would say, I discovered that when people start rubbing their wrists after having handcuffs for a certain time, it's not truth. It's not living truthfully in your imaginary circumstances, because you got no experience. But when I was making a film in Syria, I was making myself. I pushed myself to the limit, so I suffer as my character. Not much, but for a few days, I would stand for 9 hours straight. My guy was standing for 26 hours straight, and they were torturing him. They wouldn't let him sit down or lay down, and handcuffs were on his wrists for days. So I keep them also for half a day or just somewhere. In a few hours, you just forget that you got them. They don't really bother you. It's a most probably simple example what I'm trying to say. And sometimes you get into a mind of your character, or of creation of your character, and it's kind of cool, because my character could be lords of the world for themselves. They can be anybody, and it's really cool to to be this person for a while. Character, I had to change life around. I had to make life better. It's my character. As Oleg Taktarov, if I see there's somebody throwing garbage on the streets, I would just pick it up and say, hey, I'm sorry, you just dropped something here. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll pick it up. So people feel ashamed and eventually they don't throw garbage. But as my character, sometimes I could, do some few punches to deliver. Usually one punch is more than enough for people to change their approach to their nature. Well, it's kind of cool still. It still works.
On Twitter, you position yourself as a person who is comfortable to be true to himself. Is it easy, and what is the crucial build-up, the enjoyment of just being yourself?
When you're young, you want to be like a Che. You want to be a revolutionary. You want to be some, Wall Street new creation. You want to be the best. You want to do something new. But the world has a history, and everything repeated itself. We have not been able to create anything new, and usually by doing certain revolutionary move, you just make the world worse. I mean, it looks great. I mean, it's appealing for the girls, especially. Here's wow, what a great man. He's like so different. Look at his eyes. But after all, you discover that people who lived their lives, who lived over 80 years, who are watching things, who got experience, those guys are more valuable and valuable for universe. So one day I was waking up, I was in the city of Austin in Texas, and I found a little letter I wrote, I guess to myself. I'm not sure. I don't even remember when I read it. But I remember we had a long discussion with Adrian Brody during the filming of Predators, and I think we were talking about some really upscale stuff, emotional, psychological. So I came home and I wrote that by age of 29, I was unhappy that I'm not Marlon Brando because I didn't win any Oscar. By age of 34, I was unhappy that I'm not Jesus Christ, I'm still alive. By age of 40, I was unhappy that I didn't get any surah from God, so I'm not Muhammad. And by age of 42, I wrote that I'm happy that I am myself, so I can get my own experience, I can study life, I can watch, I can supervise stuff and create my own opinion about the world, and so this is more valuable, that's more interesting. Certain stuff I thought it was great to do, now I think it's just brings negative approach to everything, and it's more like you act like a criminal. And before I thought, wow, that's cool, do this, do that.
You are one of the popular contributor of nationwide Russian web portal takzdorovo.ru, where you write about healthy living, you give dietary guidelines and advice on how to get rid of bad habits. It would be very useful for us to get some insight from you. How a trader, as the person who spent most of life on computer, keep the right balance, keep the healthy way of life?
It doesn't take much to be healthy. First of all, you change your diet, and what you can do, you can just buy your food when you're full. And since you can't leave your room, you can't leave your office, then it's great to have only right stuff in your refrigerator. Of course, you get a pizza or beer, and I mean that's not healthy living, but you can kind of force yourself. You can put yourself in a situation when you eat healthy. Second, you can be almost handicapped by playing every day soccer or basketball, but you can be the healthiest person and look great also in the world by just exercising, doing some stuff which is similar to Pilates, yoga, and some cross fitness stuff. Just you can do it in the office, and if you can't run because you are in a big city, I mean, in New York and Moscow, in the big cities, you can walk first, take a subway instead of taking taxi or driving a car, because there's a way up always, especially in Moscow. If you not take elevator, you can but walk or run on the top of the building. Even if you live on the first floor, it's not going to hurt if you just go a couple times up and down. I was living in a 14-story building, and I felt great. I feel like every day I'm getting better. I'm not running. I don't have time for exercises, but I gotta get home. So I go up, then take elevator, go down, then go up again. It takes 15-20 minutes, but it feels different. I mean, you feel like your legs been really working. I mean, under workout, and you feel like your condition-wise, you're really tired. I mean, and if you come back home and continue doing exercise, so you can get your 45, 1 hour working out, and once in a while you can take a peek at what happened with your computer. But I would, of course, advise you to choose the place, living place where you live if you can. Because sometimes people live in big cities and they think that's where they have to be living for all their lives. But why? Expand your horizons. I mean, go somewhere. Go to Bali, go to India, go to. It's very friendly places, and doesn't. With computer, you can still do your work, and your cost of your living will be. You got good internet connection, trade, make your money. You be healthy. I think it's a great life.
Thank you for your answers.
Sure, thanks.